For this first heatless curl, I'm starting off with air dried hair. I allowed to dry about 90%, so it's still about 10% damp, and I'm going to be using flexi rods for this heatless curl. I got these on Amazon and they come in a bunch of different sizes. When testing all the flexi rods, I wanted to experiment with all the different sizes that I got in my container, so I took sections of hair no thicker than 2 inches in width, and I wrapped my hair around the flexi rods away from my face. Once all the hair was wrapped around the flexi rod, I curled the flexi rod up and bent them, meeting in the middle so they would stay in place overnight. I got my flexi rods again on Amazon for about $15, and I got about 30 of the rods in the container, so it's a pretty decent value. I followed this method using a variety of different sizes throughout my entire head, and I have to say that the flexi rods were very, very tight on the top of my head, but shockingly, they were pretty comfortable. When you're done adding all the flexi rods to your head, just go to sleep. If this is just a little too uncomfortable for you to sleep on, you can always do this about 4 to 5 hours before you are going out. It only needs about 4 to 5 hours to set, so if you can handle sleeping on it, go ahead and sleep on it, but if it's too uncomfortable, just do it beforehand. And yes, just a little disclaimer, I am well aware that my roots are terrible in this video, and I have gray hair in this video. By the time you are watching this video, my hair has been done. I went to the salon and it looks a lot better, but for the purpose of this video, I have some gray hairs. It is just part of life. I waited about 5 hours until I took my rods out. This was way too uncomfortable for me to sleep on, so I just allowed mine to set for about 5 hours, and then I pulled them out, and I was wildly impressed with the curl that I was left with. It was so springy. I did not expect it to be so springy. I did not expect it to be so defined. I am really happy with this method, and I have to say I am really happy with using a bunch of different sizes in my head rather than just one size, because I feel like it gave my hair a lot more depth. When I was done taking all of the rods out, I just used my fingers and my hands to style my hair and to break apart the curls. I just continued playing around with my hair until I was left with a hairstyle that I was happy with. Voila! These are what the curls look like when all is said and done. I am so obsessed with them. I definitely give this method a 10 out of 10. I will be using it very, very soon in the near future. I love how tousled and natural the curls look. I love how much volume I got without using any heat at all. And I got 2 days wear out of these curls, so what is better than that? For the second method, the Bantu knots, I'm starting off with some 2-day-old straight hair. So yes, I added heat to my hair previously to straighten my hair, but I'm not adding any additional heat to create these curls. What I did was take a section of hair no thicker than 2 inches in width. That's pretty much my standard whenever I'm doing heatless curls. I take sections that are no thicker than 2 inches in width. I find that I get the best results when I'm doing that. And then I just took that section and I sprayed it down with some water from a spray bottle. You do not want your hair to be soaking wet, just a little bit damp. Then you want to take your section and you want to start twisting it and wrapping it around your hair until you create a Bantu knot on the top. Once you are done twisting and wrapping your hair around, take an elastic and secure it in place. Continue following this method until you've transformed all of your hair into beautiful Bantu knots. And just a suggestion, if you plan on sleeping with these like I did, I highly recommend placing your Bantu knots a little higher on the top of the crown of your head so they're more comfortable to sleep on. When I woke up the next morning, I was very shocked to see just how intact these Bantu knots stayed throughout the night. I was really happy to see that when I woke up, they weren't all falling out already. They were still extremely tight. So what I did was just pull out the elastic and then I pulled out the curl. So this is what I was left with. When I was done pulling the curl out, I just used my hands to break apart the curl a little bit. I did this very gently. So I very gently took my hands and I just broke the curls apart, and I just used my fingers to shape the curls the way that I wanted them to be. When I was done taking all of the curls out, I just styled my hair and played around with it and teased it using my fingers until I was left with a hairstyle that I really liked. And here it is, the final Bantu knots results. I am so in love with the way that these came out. They are so natural looking, and natural looking curls are my absolute favorite. I would give this method a 10 out of 10 as well. It was so easy to create, shockingly pretty comfortable to sleep on, and the results just speak for themselves. I think that they're absolutely gorgeous. I also got 2 days wear out of these curls as well, which makes them a huge success for me. And last, but definitely not least, the paper towel roll curls. Now, I don't know if you guys are ready for the results of this curling method, because I for sure was not. Stick around to the end because the results, they're interesting. What I did was I took a paper towel roll and I just ripped off strands of the paper towel and I started to roll them until I had very skinny pieces of paper towel. I did this with a bunch of the pieces first before I got started. The method for achieving these curls is very similar to the flexi rod method. I started off with some air dried hair and then I took small sections of hair, dampened it with a water bottle, and then wrapped the hair around the paper towel strips. When I reached the end of the paper towel strip, I just tied the paper towel into a knot to secure the bun on the top of my head. Just something to be aware of if you decide to try these out at your house. The larger the section of hair that you take, the looser the curl will be, and vice versa. The smaller the section of hair that you take, the tighter the curl will be. I decided to do smaller sections of hair, and yeah, you'll see how that turned out for me at the end of this video. It's interesting. Interesting to say the least. When you are finished wrapping your last section of hair, you can just go to sleep. These were actually very comfortable to sleep on because it is just paper towel, and paper towel is relatively soft. But as always, if you feel like this is too uncomfortable for you to sleep on, just do it about 2 to 4 hours before you plan on taking them out. So this is what my paper towel curls look like when I woke up in the morning. They stayed very, very intact, and this is what the curls look like when I took them off of the paper towel. Look how much my hair shrunk. My hair is pretty much right above my butt, and my hair shrunk from these curls up to about my shoulders. I have not seen my hair this short in a really long time. It was so shocking to me, but I decided to take all of the rest of the curls out and see what I could do to manage these curls and make them presentable, because right now I was not really feeling it. But a lot can happen when you try to style your hair. I can't even deal with these curls right now. They're so beautiful. I love them. I haven't had like curly Sue curls in my hair, I think, ever. But I was just so in awe by this style because, again, my hair is right above my butt. And seeing my hair this short and this curly, I didn't even know what to do with it. So I just continued taking all of the curls out, and then I used my hands to kind of try to break apart the curls a little bit and try to style it to the best of my ability. After playing around with my hair for about 10 minutes and styling it, this is what the final result looked like. And I have to say, once I got over the initial shock of having shoulder length hair, I really and truly grew to love this hairstyle. It is so much fun. I would give this method an 11 out of 10. It did exactly what it said it was going to do, and just a little bit more. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your thought in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and you enjoy my videos. If you decide to